I wanted to share with you guys how our first experience flying with Bowie went because it was something I was so nervous about. I was texting all my girlfriends with kids being like, what did you do? How did the baby do? Is everything okay? Most people told me that it would be totally fine, and I was definitely skeptical, but they were right. I intended for this video to be mostly vlog style, but as you can imagine, we had a million things going on our day of travel. So we got little snippets here and there, but I will kind of round up the moral of the story at the end of the vlog footage because it kind of cuts off like halfway through the flight or something like that. And then we were just so happy to make it to our destination that I totally forgot to keep filming. So here's our partial vlog of our first time flying with a baby. Say farewell to home sweet home.
For now.
Christmas vacation.
It's filming again. The star of the show is back, guys, don't worry.
Let's go on a plane! Heading to the airport, and so far, so good. Got a calm baby who looks pretty sleepy, so let's hope that that continues for the rest of the day. Look how peaceful this little squish is. Yep, sleeping like a baby. So we're stuck in LA traffic as per usual, and I just asked the boys if we were all Kardashians, which ones would we be? Cameron's claimed Kendall Jenner because he's just fashion. His words, not mine. But I think it's an accurate statement. Josh wants to be Kris Jenner.
Yeah, the mum. She's a hustler.
Right.
And I like her hair the best out of all of them. I feel like I could rock that haircut. I think I had that haircut when I was like an emo grunge kid.
Yeah. So you'd be Kris because you're a boss bitch with a good haircut.
Exactly.
And who would I be?
You would be,
I feel like I would be Courtney.
Courtney, for sure. Is Courtney the hot one?
Courtney's the oldest.
She's like the normal.
The hot one who is married to Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah. You would be her, for sure. She's hot.
I'll take it.
And she's like understated.
I also kind of like the like old lady, Chris's mum.
Oh, you want to be MJ?
No, I don't want to be MJ, but I feel like Hammering could maybe be MJ.
Could Bowie be MJ maybe?
No, Bowie would be North. Why do I know all of these people's phones?
Josh, you know more.
This is what you've done to me, Shenae.
We just made it through security faster than I think we've ever made it through security. Everybody's really nice when you have a baby at the airport. Everyone was like super helpful. I did break a little bit of a sweat just because you do feel anxious when everyone's lining up behind you, stressing out because you're taking longer than normal, but whatever. I have a baby, so I just chose to disregard that. And we survived security on Bowie's first flight. We got a baby on a plane. We got a baby on a plane. We are seated, getting ready for takeoff, which is like one of the parts I'm most nervous about. Just endured some pretty intense and mildly terrifying turbulence. But we've come out the other side, and somebody really liked the turbulence. So hey, not all bad.
I need to change my underwear. Looks like a drunk person's holding it, but it's just a turbulence.
Woohoo!
Out for the camera,
Like I said, things were a little bit chaotic, so I forgot to continue filming, but I do hope you enjoyed that little snippet of what our day in the life flying with a new baby was like. But we did amazing on her first flight. I think Josh and I were actually much bigger basket cases than she was. First key to traveling with a newborn baby is just be as over-prepared as possible. And over-prepared, I certainly was. I definitely want to tell you about some things that are must-haves for a flight with a baby and were my no needs for a flight with a baby that I had, and they just ended up being more of a hassle than they were worth. So my must-haves for flying with a baby are these guys, your boobs, or a bottle if you're bottle feeding. Definitely have multiple pacifiers. You can buy wipes for them that clean them immediately, but can also be popped straight back into our mouth. You know, they're baby mouth friendly, and those are always good to have in case you drop one. The plane is so yucky, so you wanna make sure that you have all of your wipes on hand. Wipes for her butt, wipes for her pacifiers, and also like stronger antibacterial wipes just for the chair and the situation itself. Basically anything she's touching on a plane you want to make sure has been cleaned beforehand, because planes are just like vacuums for germs. Obviously, it just depends on luck if your baby's ears are going to be irritated by takeoff and landing. Fortunately for us, Bowie had no idea that we were taking off or landing. It did not seem to bother her whatsoever, but that is why I do say, you know, to have your boobs on hand, hard to travel without them, and bottles and pacifiers, because that sucking motion is really going to help them if they are irritated. And it just distracted her, even though her ears weren't bothering her, it distracted her from kind of the chaos of what was going on and all the loud noises. Mind you, the rumbling definitely soothes baby, and turbulence, as I learned, is actually an amazing calming technique for a baby. As soon as we hit really intense turbulence on the flight, like really intense to the point where the flight attendants were sitting down, I was doing a lot of this and, you know, trying not to cry and just holding my breath until it was over. But Bowie fell fast asleep. It was actually the only time she slept on the plane, so go figure. Another must-have for me is food. You want as much food as possible for baby, and you also want snacks for yourself, especially if you are on a special diet like I am. I posted my breastfeeding diet a couple of weeks ago, so I will link to that somewhere here and in the video description below if you don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm on a very strict, I call it anti-colic breastfeeding diet for Bowie's tummy troubles and gut issues. So I had packed a bunch of snacks for myself because nothing that I can eat you could find in an airport. And I also packed 3 bottles, I think, 3 full bottles of breast milk, just in case. I don't know. I didn't know how much she would want to be latched, how often she would be eating. You don't know, layovers, flight cancellations, anything can happen. I had my little ice pack cooler thing with some bottles in it. Apparently, it's no trouble at all to fly with bottles, which I didn't know. I was like, you can't have liquids on a plane. Super easy. They just ask you to take the bottles out. They run them through a tray on their own, and that was it. Being in the theme of you can never be too prepared, just make sure that your diaper bag is like packed to the brim. I had so many diapers in that bag. There was no physical way she could use all of them. But again, you never know. Layovers, flight delays, flight cancellations. So it's just better to be over prepared with that. Another little must have in that diaper bag of yours, which I would recommend always having in your diaper bag, but especially on a plane. It's a small confined space. The bathrooms are tiny. Make sure that you have Ziploc bags to put those dirty diapers in, because it's just not cute. You know, it's not cute to like go in and leave the dirty diaper just in this tiny bathroom on the plane with all the stale air. It's not nice. So make sure you have Ziploc bags to like seal in that stank. I also packed multiple outfits for her. I had 2 in there, and I actually wish I had 3 because we went through all of the clean clothes that I had for her on the flight. Yeah, it was a messy one. One product that I was really excited about having with me that I didn't end up wanting to have on the plane at all because it was such a pain in the butt was an inflatable My Breast Friend pillow, which is like a nursing pillow that goes around your waist. I got the inflatable one so that I could just blow it up really quickly while we were on the plane and then deflate it when we were off the plane, because bringing my huge boppy pillow would just be way too cumbersome with everything we had to travel with. This inflatable pillow was huge. So unless you are in first class, then it is definitely way too big to have with you in coach. I know the comforts of having a nursing pillow, the idea of it's nice. Honestly, it was way, way too big. The way that they make seats on planes now, they're just so tiny. There's no space. And this ginormous pillow took up like the entire seat, and then a little bit of Josh's as well. Luckily, I was in the aisle. Otherwise, it probably would have been on the other passenger's lap too. I would definitely forego this item. I know you might be a little bit nervous about holding the baby the whole time and, you know, wanting to make things as comfortable as possible, but I'm telling you guys, it is just a pain in the butt, and we actually just left it at my mom's house in Canada. We didn't even bother bringing it on the plane back. Just made things more annoying whenever we needed to get up to use the restroom restroom. This giant thing was around and we're like, it's in the air and got the baby. It was a mess. If you're nursing, you definitely want to have a nursing cover or two, because I ended up actually using one to clothe myself by the end of the flight, because I went through 2 shirts, not one, but 2. Within the first 30 minutes of being on the plane, Bowie spit up, threw up, whatever you want to call it to make it sound cuter. I guess spit up is like the cute baby way of saying she puked all over me. In my hair, on my shoulder, down my chest, down my back. It was everywhere. I felt really bad for everybody around me because I definitely smelled like sick for the remainder of the flight. But it didn't seem to bother her at all. So again, winning. I think like me and Josh were way more stressed out than Bowie was about the whole flying experience. There were definitely some moments where Bowie got fussy, but when she did, we just got up, we walked to the back of the plane, hung out in that kind of like flight attendant area where they prepare the food and all that stuff by the bathrooms, and the flight attendants were amazing with us. Honestly, I've never been treated so well flying ever in my life. Everyone was just so accommodating for us, because I'm sure they could read it all over our faces that we were really nervous. Another must-have is definitely a car seat that travels well. So if you're bringing the car seat onto the plane, then you can sort out the whole base situation. It's a pretty short flight to Canada, so we didn't want to have the hassle of the car seat for our first time flying with her. I thought it would just be easier to have her on our laps, which it was. But that also meant that we weren't traveling with a car seat base. So again, new mom, I was way over prepared. I bought a base for my friend's car who drove us to the airport. I bought a base for the friend who was picking us up from the airport. I bought a base for my parents in Canada who were driving us to and from the airport. There were bases for everybody. You get a base, you get a base. And you know what? We didn't use any of those bases. I didn't realize this. I was actually using a car seat that could be strapped in with a seat belt. Now, using the base is definitely the safer way to go. So if you can use it, awesome. The only reason why we didn't use the bases is because I may or may not have bought the incorrect bases. But yes, if you are traveling and you don't want to have a base, or you don't have access to having a base for any reason, I don't know. If you don't want to put a base in your suitcase, which would take up a lot of room and weigh a whole lot, then just make sure that your car seat is able to be strapped into the car using the existing seatbelt. Make sure you get as much rest as possible, because your baby may sleep the whole flight, or your baby may be like mine and not sleep the whole flight. She wasn't crying or wailing or anything like that, thank God, but she was wide awake the entire time. I booked a flight way too early. I think we got on an 8 a.m. flight, which meant we had to be up at like 4:30 to get everything prepared and get to the airport in time and all the rest of it. Way too early. Don't do it to yourselves. Just don't do it. The only other thing you can do is try to chill out. I know that sounds way easier said than done. Our first flight going to Canada, we were way more stressed, and I think I definitely saw how that correlated to Bowie's mood. She was a little bit antsier, she was a little bit fussier in moments, and because every time she got a little bit fussy, we were like, oh my God, this is it, she's gonna blow! I think that did not help calm her at all. It was the fear of the unknown, but on the way home, which was our second flight, we were way more chilled out about the whole thing because we'd done one already and nothing insanely bad happened. Nothing bad happened at all, actually. So we were really chill on the way back, and she was like cool as a cucumber the entire flight. Babies really sense your mood, they sense your energy, and they feed off of it. Just chill out. Everybody that works at the airport and airline is there to help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm sure they will offer it before you even get a chance to ask for help, because we, again, had the most amazing experience with every employee throughout the entire day. So apart from getting puked on multiple times and enduring insane turbulence that scared the crap out of me, but really calmed Bowie, it was a pretty perfect flight. This is just my experience. Everyone else's is gonna be different. Every baby's different. Every day is different with a baby. So there are a lot of variables, yes, but I wanted to put this out there because I was so scared, you guys. I was so scared of flying. I was nervous the whole week leading up to it. My energy the couple days leading up to it and on the day of was like right up here, and it didn't need to be. So I just want to share my journey with you so that hopefully if you are about to take your first flight with a baby, you can calm down a little bit. I think it'll be so much more beneficial for you and for your baby if you approach the day like any other, you know, and take things as they come, because that's what we have to do as moms. I hope this video was helpful for some of you mamas out there. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and that you turn the notifications on so you know when I post a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!